Welcome back, everyone. Today I have a very special video for you. Today we're going through a game where I beat a 2400 rated international master. And I know what you're thinking, you can see the 1-minute bullet timer, but don't click off. This is an informative and instructive game regardless of the time control. You might also see that it says FIDE master, but he is actually an international master. I'll show the FIDE profile on screen right now for you to see, but his profile obviously isn't updated or something. But we're going to start the game off. I play a London, of course. I love playing the London, especially in bullet chess and speed chess, because it's a position I'm super comfortable with. Like, I know a lot of the lines, or at least a lot of the easy moves to make that are super solid, where you basically don't have to think and you can just play instantly. And I like that because if you already notice, I'm up 7 seconds almost on the clock because I've basically played this exact position probably hundreds of times in bullet chess. So I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. And I'm going to play h3 here, and as you can see, he'll respond with h6. So I take advantage of that. I rip open the center, and basically what I'm thinking in my head is I want to trade everything. I'm against a 2400 rated titled player, and if I can get to at least a drawn endgame, that would be like totally perfect for me. So basically my goal is just to trade everything here. You'll see I slide the queen back because it gets attacked, and then he attacks the bishop. So I just trade. I centralize the rook, trying to get a queen trade. And here's a little tip of information. If he has a rook or a queen controlling a file here, you don't want to take with this pawn and open up and give control. Instead, you want to take with something else, because that allows you to put pressure here and get your own rooks to this file instead to control the file. So I take with the knight, I centralize my rooks, I get control of the file, I get this rook over here, I slide the knight back to get out of the way. I get attacked by the knight, so I slide the rook, we get takes, and then takes. So we get a huge trade in the center, and this is now basically an even endgame against a 2400, so I'm basically like pooping my pants at this point because I have no idea if I'm going to win or lose or draw. So I attack the knight, it slides back, I bring my king, and then he actually had this good move here, knight f5, which either forces a trade, or if I move, he wins a pawn and he gets in with his knight. He's also controlling a lot of key squares, whereas my knight doesn't really have any good squares to go to. But he missed that. Instead, he played a little bit too slow, so I get my king in and take advantage of that. I force a trade, so now this is a drawn king and pawn endgame, if played correctly, of course. And so I bring my king, and he actually makes a mistake here. He allows me to play this move king a6, which I do not in the game, which he'd have to defend the pawn, and basically you can just play slowly and push all of these pawns, and at some point he's either going to have to sack a pawn or relinquish defense of this pawn and allow my king in and start pushing these outside pawns. But that, of course, does not happen. I instead blunder, not blunder totally, but I play too slow. I play a4 and b4, which kicks my king out and kicks me back to having to defend these pawns. And I play another mistake because it actually allows him to get over here quicker than me, because now if I play anything else, he's going to be able to blockade me, and I'm going to be too slow to get back to these pawns. So I play another mistake here. This basically cost me the game. I play g5, which allows him to play, or I play g4, which allows him to play the move g5, which stops all of my pawns completely. And now I can't push anything because I either lose the pawn immediately or I can't because it's trapped. So I have to bring my king back. He slides his king, go here, we get takes, and then I have to try and slide back and forth. Maybe I can get a draw. But he goes to win my pawn, of course. So I'm thinking here, okay, I'm against a 2400. I'm up 20 seconds on the clock. So I have to try and win all of these pawns, which I do, against a queen and pawn endgame, which he has to try and win in 4 seconds. So I'm thinking, okay, I can at least draw if he wins all of these pawns. So I start getting frantic. I push all these pawns. I'm like basically so scared right now. I push the pawn. He played this move, and it's now mate in 5 from this position. See if you can find it. If not, it is the move queen d3 check, king goes over, you basically infiltrate with the king, you might do something like this to try and push the pawn, takes, I have to go here, and then it's mate. But that, of course, does not happen, because as you can see, he only has 0.7 seconds on the clock, and that is not enough time to win. Even if he sacks his queen, I can just take, and I have 2 pawns. So instead, he plays this move, queen e6, because it doesn't really do anything. You have no time on the clock, so what are you supposed to do? And then I play the final move of the game. I play the move h6, and the game is over, and I win by time. And to me, that is crazy. As someone who just started taking chess seriously like a year ago, basically now, beating a 2400 IM in any time control is still insane to me. But let me know in the comments your best wins, and I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.